Hi everyone, Shabbat Shalom U'Vorach. We begin this week a new book, the book of Bamidbar, Perashat Bamidbar. And right off the bat, God tells Moshe to count the Jewish people. Because in life, we count the things that we love. A person loves their money, they're always going to where they hid it and they count it. A person loves their trophies, they're counting them. A person loves their children, their grandchildren, they're counting them. God loves us, and He tells Moshe, I want them to know that I love them. Go and count them. This is how the book begins. And the counting takes place in the second month, a year after we leave Egypt, the month of Iyar. We're still around Har Sinai. We're still around where we got the Torah. We didn't leave yet. We're almost a whole year later. The second month, God says to Moshe, count them. But very interestingly, there is something that takes place a month earlier, the first month. And that is the mitzvah of the Korban Pesach. A year after we leave Egypt, God says, celebrate Korban Pesach. And we're going to read about that in 2 weeks from now. But yet, it's not written in chronological order. It's written out of order. And the question is why? Why doesn't the Torah begin with what happened first? And the Bartenura says, because that mitzvah of the Korban Pesach, true, it happened first, but it actually reflects negatively on the Jewish people. It portrays us in a negative way. Because for the entire 40 years of our journey in the desert, we only did one Korban Pesach. That 1 year anniversary. For the next 39 years, we didn't do it. And that's speaking negatively about us. And God says, I don't want to begin a new book. I don't want to begin a new chapter in a negative way, pessimistically. I want to start off positive. I want to start off with love. I want to start off with energy. I want to start off that I'm counting you, that I love you guys. And so I'm going to rearrange the order. I'm going to write things, although they're not written in the correct order anymore, but it's more important to start off the right way. What a lesson, what a message. And by the way, that's true with all the books. Bereshit, Shemot, Vayikra, Bamidbar, Devarim, they all begin with love. How important it is every single day when we wake up to start the day on the right foot. You know, when we wake up, there's so much stress out there in the world, so many things out there that are waiting for us that we can get just so bogged down about. And the Torah reminds us to begin the day. We get to choose and to set the tone what every single day is going to look like. We will either wake up and be stressed and just go through life and let it happen to us, or we can breathe and we could stop and we could think about our day. We could realign our minds and our brains to connect to positivity, to see love, to see the good in our lives, because there is a lot of good in our lives. There is a lot of good in the things around us. And there are so many miracles that happen to us every single day. And sometimes, unfortunately, we don't see it because we're just so worried about going through life and making sure everything works out. The Torah says, stop, relax. There's a time to criticize. We'll get to that. But it's more important to start with positivity, to start with joy, to start with happiness, to start with love. We set the tone for the rest of our day. We set the tone for the rest of our children's day. When they wake up, when they walk into the house after school, what are the first words of our mouths to them? What are the first things that we're saying to them to make sure that they're words of happiness, words of love, words of joy, words that are going to empower them, words that are going to give them the confidence and the energy that they need to go and to kill it and to succeed and to do everything that they need to be able to focus our attention, to remember that every day is a blank canvas and we are the artists. We get to choose what our day will look like, to not let life happen to us, but to make sure that we live the happy lives that we want to live. Shabbat Shalom.